Hey, so this is your Regal Essence Feminine Friday series. So let's get into this, right? So I decided to do a series in the month of February. I was going to do love, right? But I decided to talk a little bit about femininity, right? Because femininity and love, they go together or whatever. So let me get adjusted here. And I am going to be using my notes, y'all, because I don't want to forget anything. So I'm sitting in my car, y'all. I just came out of Target. I'm about to go get me something to eat. So happy Friday. Hold on, I'm trying to get these winter wipers off. So happy Friday, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful Friday, and I hope you had a productive week. First thing I want you to do, if you are watching this video, I want you to click on the subscribe button. Click on the subscribe button, right? And I also want you to not only click on the subscribe button, I want you to click on the bell button as well so that you can get notified whenever I upload a video. Oh, guys. So, today we're talking about femininity, right? And the title of this video is Why Divine Feminines Are a Real Threat to the Kingdom of Darkness, right? So, in a nutshell, it is because we oppose everything that they are, right? By being a divine feminine, right? Because the divine feminine embodies the goddess energy, right? So the goddess energy is life giving, it's nurturing, it's loving. It actually like it's all about loving kindness. It's all about loving kindness, right? So, we're going to get into some of the characteristics, and I'm not going to be here before y'all long. We're going to get into some of the characteristics of a divine feminine or the divine feminine energy, okay? Then, I'm going to tell you guys, we're going to kind of like break down a little bit like why those things would be in opposition to the kingdom of darkness, okay? All right. So, first of all, I want to let y'all know I'm a demon slayer. He is a demon slayer, right? So, one of the aspects of the divine feminine energy that you guys may not know or realize is, did you guys know that the divine feminine energy embodies the warrior spirit? Mm. So, the warrior spirit is all about justice, and it is all about morality, right? So we know that the kingdom of darkness doesn't necessarily uphold justice and morality, right? And the thing is this, there is the kingdom of darkness, and then there's also the kingdom of light. And there's certain people who they associate themselves with the kingdom of darkness because for whatever reason they feel as though that's more beneficial to them. Okay, so then also with the kingdom of darkness, like it's levels to it. You know what I mean? Like it's levels to this, just like it's levels to the kingdom of light. So there are people that ascribe to the kingdom of darkness because that is what they prefer to live by. That's how they want to live their life. And for some reason, they believe that they can get, their needs met, and they prefer to stay in a lower vibration and to accomplish and go throughout life, um, obtaining and acquiring things utilizing lower vibrations or lower energies or darker energies. Okay, so that's the biggest difference, right? So, God created both, right? And just like when Lucifer was kicked out of heaven and he took a third of the angels with him, that is the kingdom of darkness. Okay. So there's, like I said, there's levels to it. There's levels, there's different demons, there's levels to demons, there's hierarchies and things of that nature, okay? But we, on this channel, we ascribe to the kingdom of the light, right? We ascribe to the kingdom of God. That is where our alliance is. That is who we worship, and that's basically like that's who we work for, okay? And then some people work for the kingdom of darkness, okay? So that's their choice. And for them, that particular way of life, being, doing, and acquiring, that works for them, okay? But they are in great contrast to each other. So the feminine energy embodies the goddess vibration. She's nurturing, she's motherly, she's all about loving kindness, she is about healing, she's about being balanced, right? Sexually balanced. She is about, let me make sure I didn't forget anything. Oh, she is a beacon for the lunar power, right? So that is our moon. And then the masculine energy tends to embody the sun, right? Hot, fiery, hot and fiery, okay? So also, she embodies wisdom, expression, creativity, emotions, feeling your emotions, and how can I forget my favorite? Intuition. Okay. So, also patience and flexibility. All of those things comprise of the feminine energy. Okay. So some people wonder, like, how do you know that you are a divine feminine? And the ways that you would know that you're a divine feminine is if you embody all of these things. Are you healing? Are you nurturing? Are you patient? Are you expressive? Are you creative? Do you embody wisdom? Do you live your life being led by your intuition? All of those things would signify divine feminine energy. Okay? So let's talk about dark energies, right? Or the dark feminine archetype. Selfishness. Oh shoot. Hold on, y'all. Let me power my phone up. Let me put hold on guys. As long as my phone is out. Okay. So with the dark feminine archetype or the kingdom of darkness, they tend to embody things like selfishness, um, egoism, right? They tend to be very egotistical, um, self-destructive, codependent. What else? Sexually unbalanced. Okay, so those things comprise of the kingdom of darkness. Oh, and how can I forget it? Manipulation, right? So with that being the case, because the divine feminine energy tends to be self reliant, creative, flexible, those things are in direct opposition to manipulation, egotism, right? Or being egotistical. Um, they are giving, right? And they're compassionate, whereas the kingdom of darkness tends to be selfish, right? Those that vibrate more with the darker energies, they tend to be very self led, right? They do things out of self. They do things out of the desire to gain power for their own selfish desires. Also, instead of being another aspect of a feminine energy is she's all about flow, right? She's about flow, passive, being passive, but not in the way of like in a negative sense. You know what I mean? Like passive in the sense that like you know how to get things done without having to push and pull and fight. Okay. The divine feminine energy is all about flow. She doesn't have to chase. She just is, right? She also is all about being. She's being. And she knows that because she embodies the goddess vibration, she can draw into her any and everything that she needs, right? So with that being the case, she's not going after things. She's not manipulating people's will in order to get what it is that she wants. And we know that with the kingdom of darkness and lower vibrational energies or lower energies, we know that oftentimes they get things that they want and desire by utilizing things like spell work. That's manipulation because you're actually twisting something and manipulating something to go your way versus being in a flow and versus being in a state of just being. Okay. Also, the divine feminine is very intuition led. She leads her life with intuition. In order to be tapped into your intuition fully, you have got to be unafraid to feel your emotions, right? Pay attention to the sensations and the things that go on in your body. You literally have to be in your body in order to be able to feel your emotions, okay? So, with her being very intuitive and very spirit led and embodying the goddess vibration, those things are in direct opposition to the things of darkness, right? Because if you are God led, spirit led, you're not utilizing, those are higher vibrations. You're not utilizing lower level entities. You're not utilizing demons. You're not utilizing spell work, things of that nature. So, with that being the case, we're always in direct opposition with lower, darker energies because we vibrate at a higher vibration. We vibrate at a love frequency. That's automatic. Like love is the highest vibration. So if we're vibrating up here and people are vibrating down here, you know what I mean? Like we're in direct opposition with each other, right? With the divine with the divine feminine also embodying lunar power, we have the ability to highlight. We have the ability to shine light on things that happen in the dark. And why do people do things in the dark? Because they don't want it to be seen. So if we are vibrating and illuminating and embodying lunar power, and that's moon power, and we're highlighting things that go on in the dark, surely they don't want us to be around. They don't want us to be able to highlight and illuminate the things that they are doing in the dark. Because oftentimes people are doing things like spell work, manipulation, mental manipulation. Those things are not things that are done right out in the forefront. They're done behind the scenes. They're done in secret. Like people don't do spell work and admit to it. Those are things that are done behind the scenes. Mental manipulation. Mental manipulation is almost it's not something it's not tangible. You can't put your hands on it. But those are things that happen. They manipulate your mind in order to be able to bend you to do what it is that they want you to do. Bend you into agreeing to do their bidding. So, because of that, divine feminines are always constantly being a light in the dark. We are highlighting the things that go on in the dark. Of course, they don't want that to be. They don't want anybody to know. That makes her a threat because she embodies being sensual but not sexually unbalanced. That makes her a threat because she can't be easily manipulated into sexual acts and things that go on that a lot of times people utilize sex in sexual energy in a negative sense. So if a divine feminine is sexually balanced or sensual versus being sexually unbalanced, she's a threat. She's a threat because you cannot utilize her sexual energy for your profit or your gain. A lot of times, sexual energy is used to manifest with. So, people that do things like orgies and sex parties and things of that nature, they are manifesting certain things into the atmosphere. And oftentimes, what we don't realize is that those of us that are naturally gifted, chosen, our gifts come naturally. We didn't have to do initiations, we didn't have to go through rituals in order for us to be able to tap into our gifts. Oftentimes, those that practice the dark arts, those that are trying to manifest, they actually need chosen. They need the chosen people. They need to have at least one in the bunch, right? So they capitalize on people that haven't come into the full knowing and understanding of what their gifts are. They utilize people that may be very gifted, but they're still very much led by their ego. People that are very gifted, but they haven't tapped into the ability to just kind of like go with the flow. Because in order to have faith, in order to trust God, a very big part of that is what? Going with the flow. Faith is something that you believe. You believe in something, you believe that it's going to come to pass, but you don't necessarily have these tangible things already set in front of you, right? Whereas people that operate in a lower level, entity level, or in the dark arts, or that operate in the dark, it's all about quick, 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 quick. They're doing things in order to get results immediately. Whereas faith requires you to go with the flow. So when divine feminine step on the scene and we're all about flow and light and illumination, we become a threat. We become a threat to the kingdom of darkness. When we're not able to be easily manipulated or easily sexually taken advantage of, when we're not reckless with our sexual energy, we become a threat to the kingdom of darkness because that's what they believe, and that is how it is that they live. And oftentimes, when you are not open to do things the way that they want you to do it, they become angry, right? That's why you're a threat. Okay? So basically, you guys, that's what I have for y'all today. Let me make sure I didn't forget anything. No. Let's talk about intuition though. Another reason why divine feminine is very much a threat to the kingdom of darkness is because she lives her life utilizing her intuition. Intuition will get you out of many, many situations. Many situations. The kingdom of darkness does not want you to be able to understand the things that are going on but not being said. Because very much so, they are using dishonesty, lies, right? And that is how they are able to advance. That is how they are able to be successful with a lot of different things, right? So if you come on the scene and you're utilizing your intuition, your God knowing, then you're busting up the kingdom of hell. You're busting up the kingdom of darkness because you have the ability to use your wisdom in order to be able to figure out situations that aren't forthcoming, they aren't forthright, to be able to understand people that are being sent to you that are not being honest, that are not being upfront, right? So intuition is a huge part of the divine feminine energy. And that definitely, definitely, definitely makes you a threat to the kingdom of darkness. because you're able to get downloads and hear things from God, hear things from the spirit realm, get messages from your angels, all types of things. And if you can do that, if you can be wise enough to rise above their lies, their deception, their sneakery, their trickery, their sneakiness and their trickery, then you become a threat to them because you cannot be manipulated by them and the things that they do and the things that they say and the things that they don't say. Because a lot of times people are tricked into certain contracts, certain agreements, because they're not fully aware of everything that is going on. But if you're utilizing your intuition, which is your God knowing, and you're trusting your God knowing, you're trusting your feelings, you're trusting your emotions, you're trusting your synchronicities, the things that you see, the things that you feel, the things that you hear that may not necessarily be forthright, but yet they all tie into your intuition. They all tie into you being able to make good, sound decisions whenever you're put in certain situations. That's definitely going to make you a threat to the kingdom of darkness. Wouldn't you say? I would. So yeah, you guys. So that's all I got for you guys. Make sure if you are watching this video, I want you to hit the subscribe button. Put your notifications on so that you know when it is that I go live. For the month of February, again, for the month of February, we are going to be doing Divine Feminine Fridays. We're going to do Feminine Fridays for the month of February. And we're going to dig in a little bit more to this here feminine energy. Okay? I love you guys.